All right, so we're going through the stuff from the gathering, and these are two of the guns that were used: the 12.5-inch pistol, the IWI Zion. That is the BCG at this point. I think that's focused. She's dirty. So this one saw, and this again was suppressed. We had a Sylvan Arms. I actually switched them, but we had a 308 and a 5.56 can, or 30 cal can and a 5.56 can. We switched those up as time went along. But this girl saw well in excess of 3,000 rounds in 2 days, and she was dirty. And for those that are asking, yes, all of it was suppressed. So 3,000 rounds, and all I did was throw lube on it. I know some of you are yelling, probably Jeremy and I was like, "What are you doing to my guns?" But you know, it's a demo. That means that we're shooting a lot. It's actually all we're doing. And so that's what it looks like when you're done. And again, you know, a lot of you guys probably aren't seeing that many rounds because you're not, you know, some of you are. Somebody's gonna be like, "Oh, I shoot 10,000 rounds a day, every day. Shoot out one barrel every 14 hours." But, you know, most people aren't seeing 3,000 to 4,000 rounds suppressed in a single gun in, you know, 2 days. And out of those 2 days, you know, we're out. Friday we did have the night shoot, and that's where a lot of these rounds went through, is that night shoot, because that was like, there was 300 or 400 people. We think maybe 500. Some of them shot twice, I'm sure, so maybe a little bit less than 500 people, but let's say 400 people were there. And that went pretty well. I mean, everybody seemed to have a lot of fun. Got to try the night vision optic, the thermal optic. We ended up switching both of them to night vision because the thermal's hard to deal with targets. You know, you start shooting out the wires that make things thermal, stuff like that. So, but you know, just generally cleaning. But you know, this stuff was so dirty that at one point we carbon locked the safety on. So you couldn't turn the safety off. You know, there's our charging handle, and I think you guys can see in there. I mean, it is just like caked in there. It is crazy, you know, when you start thinking about how many rounds and what those rounds do, especially when they're suppressed. Suppressed rounds do like a lot. So, anyways, I mean, that's just the charging handle, and that's not even getting all of it out of here. It's just starting, you know, it's kind of just starting. And for those that are asking, because I had a couple questions online already, you know, why isn't the gun Cerakote yet? Well, gosh dang it, people, I gotta send it to Brian at Pro 2 still to do that. And thanks to my booze in Germany and the Holosun guys who brought it back, got this sweet chest rig now in Miami Tiger. And this was my go-to get-up at the gathering for my battle snacks and other stuff that was in here. I had a lot of people take pictures with me. Hopefully you guys tag me in those for posting them. But, you know, again, that's the Zion, though. You know, I tell you guys all the time, you know, when we're talking about ARs, like, the Zion's built like a freaking beast, dude. It's a really, really good gun. You guys see there? How much is just absolutely caked in there. And, you know, I'm not going to do all of this on camera, because some of it, you know, is just me nitpicking, wanting it to be really nice, because my kids use this a lot, actually. I just got this not very long ago. Jeremy at IWI was super kind to ensure I had one of these in time for Battle for the South, because my kids shot that. And, you know, when you're 10 years old, a 16-inch gun plus, you know, a magazine, fully loaded, and, you know, you start adding in some of the extras like optics. You know, they're shooting a actually I have it right here. Yeah, but they shot the new Arrow optic with a 3x magnifier behind it. and did well. They shot to 400 and some yards with it, and did really, really well for what we were doing. We only got to shoot 5. The kids shot 5 stages. I shot 6. It was starting to rain. We started rushing to get done, which is my fault. You know, the Westbrook bros were helping us get to stages, and you know, I was trying to help the kids, and then I really wasn't stage planning myself the first 2 or 3 stages, and the last stage we kind of walked up and just like tried to shoot super quick because the rain was starting to come, and it was towards the end of the day, and we had to leave to go to the gathering, so really had to rush through it. And it wasn't the best idea, but you know what? We had a blast. I love shooting with my kids, like any day shooting with them. Even if I have the worst match possible, any day shooting with those two is better than shooting by myself. Shooting first place, you know, getting first place, you know, winning a gun. Because I hope they enjoy as much as I do, but I'll never forget, you know, shooting with them and, you know, them having fun and, you know, them hitting it 400-500 yards. And for those that have ever shot out at Zoo City Armory where they do their stuff, those winds are like legit, like crazy. I mean, you have crazy crosswinds, and the crosswinds will go 2 different directions. Like on one part of the stage, you'll be, you know, left to right, and then down towards where the target is right to left. And so you have to account for both, and they're different, you know, velocities, you know, miles per hour, stuff like that. So, dude, that's just the BCG. And kind of the inside of the chamber and the charging handle. So my tactical drink, trying to give up pop, it's not there yet. We'll do the barrel later. So I gotta pull my stuff off the wall. The lower I said was carbon locked actually at one point because there was so much freaking stuff in here. Now, one thing I do like a lot is this stuff, foam spray. Stuff's legit, especially in tight spots. It just foams up, and then, you know, I kind of drain it. See, it foams up, just kind of crushes stuff out of there, and then, you know, I turn it upside down, but I let it sit for a while because the goal is to really break up whatever's in there. I really like my Cleansable stuff, obviously, but yeah, and this thing was literally after the gathering, so it was carbon locked to where you couldn't even flip the safety, which is pretty cool because we shot it the rest of the time. People had a blast shooting it, and we had it back up and running, which, you know, again goes to just how strong and how well built these IWI guns are. And my fanboying a little bit right now, absolutely, but for most of you guys, you know, like way before I shot for IWI, I was a huge fanboy. The Tavor was like a dream gun of mine. It took me forever to save for one. Still absolutely love that gun, one of my favorites. Alright, let's let that sit for a second. Oh, I know somebody's gonna ask. Yeah, they were shooting. The kids were shooting at 400 or 500 yards. The pistol version of the Zion. That's the Galil. So we wiped off multiple times, but this is still what it looked like by the end. And you can see. I think you guys can see the bolt right there. I mean, it is. The girl has seen some tough times when we were there. Gosh, look at the inside of that thing. You know what I'm saying, guys? Like, when we do these things, like, we do it for real, guys. Like, I want you guys to shoot everything I shoot. I want you to see what I see, enjoy what I enjoy. You know, from suppressors to guns. Yeah, it's yummy. And this is one of my competition guns. Jeremy's gonna be yelling right now. He's like, what are you doing? But he knows I enjoy bringing this stuff to you guys. There's nothing better than seeing the faces of people the first time they get to shoot something like this. Yeah, that is blue underneath there, guys. It's not actually black. I'm not sure I'm going to get down to 100% my Miami Tiger Blue right now, but that is what it's supposed to look like. But again, between competition that I do and this stuff, you know, she's been used. And again, it shows you guys just how much stuff, like how much this stuff really does a good quality firearm. The other thing that you're probably thinking is, who did that Cerakote that is standing up as well as it is to all this abuse? That's Pro 2 Customs, guys. They are my Miami Tiger go-to. And it looks really good, obviously. Yep, there was that. Yeah. The outside here. Because I know somebody's going to be asking. That is, oops, Cleanse Oil Field Wipes. I like these just the mere fact that they're cheap in terms of the grand scheme of thing. Like, they're very affordable. But I can use them to just absolutely wipe everything down. And especially if we're shooting in the rain, because we do a lot of that with these demos, it's going to rain. You really got to wipe everything down to avoid rust. And other things. You know, you have the oils in your skin, then you got the rain that gets in there. But, you know, I like these things. I just think they do a good job. It allows me to get into all the nooks and crannies and other stuff. So, look at that. She's cleaning up pretty good, right? My hands are now getting stuff on here, so I'll have to, after I clean my hands off, have to do it again. That's the, I don't know if you guys can, it's hard to see. That's the recoil system, but it's covered. Now let's see what the bolt looks like, because that's really going to be, oh, yeah, she is. Look at that. She is dirty, guys. But again, a lot of you were there. I think there's 1,400 people each day or something like that, plus whatever else they sold. These guns never stopped working. Having the carbon lock on the safety was really the only thing that we had to, you know, stop for a second, clean it, and get it going again. And that was at the start of a day. Like, literally, we were starting the day and we realized, oh, like, the safety is carbon locked shut. So we had to just, you know, clean out a little bit. And that was because, you know, when you're getting back to your hotel at 11 and 12 o'clock at night after being on the range for, what, I think 6 a.m. we got there. We left at like 11. So it's a long day. You're not exactly thinking like, huh, I better go clean all those guns after shooting 2,500 rounds suppressed. No, that's the next day problem. So, it's looking a little better. But that's, you know, yes, I mean, look at that. It's amazing to think, like, a firearm like this, like the Galil, which is incredibly affordable, is putting up with all of this abuse. And it keeps on going. You know what I mean? Like, you think it would be like, hey, I'm done, boss. I've given it my all. But it doesn't. It just keeps on going. And, yeah. Legit. Like, that's... Plus the one that's on the ground you guys saw fall earlier. Yeah. Before somebody says it, yeah, I should be wearing gloves probably. But somebody also yelled at me and said I'm a baby for wearing them. But anyways, probably Tactical Tommy. That should probably make fun of me. But anyways, you know, it's cool that, you know, we have the reliability of these things that are like almost indestructible. Can't go wrong with the Galil, guys. normally don't clean into the piston, but this thing is so caked on, I gotta clean this off. Yeah, well, yeah, we're doing the best we can on this poor girl that got used and abused. Then you got, look at that, all the colors just coming back. Yeah. I don't know, guys. It's funny, like when you see like the mag well in this thing. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's probably hard to see. I mean, like caked in carbon on here. Like caked on. It's kind of, jeez. Probably should wash my hands at some point. It's getting to the point now I'm wiping off the outside. By the time I get done, the outside has a bunch of crap on it again because I'm, you know, my hand prints are all over the place. Oh, that didn't work. Huh. I wiped with that side and then just put all the carbon crap back on that I just wiped off. So, alright, well, oh yeah, so that's, figure let's spray some of this in here. Let this foam up a little bit. And drain. See if we can, who knows, maybe knock out some of the filth that's in here. Not sure it's actually going to happen or not, but it'd be nice, right? We can all dream. Trying to figure out how to balance this thing just so it doesn't just kind of sits. There we go. There's kind of Zion. Yeah, not perfect, but you know, a lot of the crap that was on there is gone. The majority, we'll put it that way, the majority. And that's always the goal. I gotta wipe out the barrels too, because that's gotta get done. But we'll see what happens with that. Night vision optic. The thermal's got some cleaner on it. You guys have to shoot both of these. The iris was on there as well. I already put the iris away because that was needed for something else. If you guys are at NRA, Primary Arms, range day NRA, where I think goals will be at too. Check out there. But, you know, trying to get these things somewhat cleaned out. See what happens. You know, if we can get most of it, I'm happy with most. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. You know, it's a long video. It's like 19 minutes already. But it gives you an idea of what we shot there and how many rounds got put through these, and to really see what, you know, a reliable firearm looks like. So, cool. See you guys later.